Hello and welcome to the Sugar and Spice Podcast, a secret marriage diary where I interview couples as well as discuss topics on different ways to keep your marriage and relationship thriving emotionally, physically, and mentally. My name is Latoya Haynes Piper, owner and romantic getaway travel specialist at Travel Romantic Getaways, helping couples ignite and maintain their passion for each other through romance travel. So I know it's been a while since I have done an interview, and I'm very excited because on today's show, we have a special guest, Miss Risi Davis. Now, she is no stranger to relationships or intimacy, as she is a relationship and intimacy consultant. This beautiful sister has been a nurse for over 23 years and has experienced 3 marriages. She began to focus on intimacy and relationships in 2016 after partnering with an adult intimacy company. Now, this platform allows for open dialogue surrounding sex, intimacy, and relationships, and the positive outcomes from consultations birth the one and only Miss Nurse Good Love. So, Risi, how are you doing, girl?
Hi, Latoya. How are you doing?
I am doing good, and I am so excited to have you on the show because I love to get like a different opinion about the topic that we're going to be discussing on the show. I would love to hear what you have to say about today's topic. So let's dive right into the topic of discussion, which is, should women wait to have kids to focus on their career after 35? Okay.
Ooh.
So women today, they're focusing more and more on their career, which can delay the process of having kids as they want to wait longer to have children with their spouse. For example, I remember Megan Good. I don't know if you know Megan Good.
I know Megan Good because she and Devon
Okay.
Franklin are no longer together.
Oh, okay. So remember, she was
Yes.
with the pastor there. I don't know
Right.
if they already got a divorce yet, but it seems like he wanted to have kids. He was ready. They had been together for about 9 years or something like
They
that.
have been together for a good while.
Yeah, they were together for a while. I think almost 10 years. And then she wanted to go ahead and get a divorce. And a lot of speculation was dealing with the fact that maybe he was ready to have kids, but she was still focusing on her career. And I think Megan Good is about 41, 42 years old.
Has she gotten to be 41?
Girl,
So maybe,
I think so.
maybe so, right.
Yeah, so I think I know she's in her early 40s. And
Okay.
so I wanted to talk about this discussion, this topic, because of the fact that I know women are waiting to have kids until they're ready, because I did it myself. But the question is, are we waiting too late?
And that's a good question. That is
Right.
a good question. Right.
Right.
Because,
So
yeah,
yeah,
people
so
are really,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Toya. So that's a good question because it depends on a couple and their situation.
Right.
And it depends on every woman and her body, whether they're waiting too late. Some people have tried to conceive early and could not do it. Some people just are lucky enough to conceive later, or financially, they don't have the means to do it early if they have trouble and they have to wait until they're more stable, more financially stable. So
Right. That's true.
it's a toss up. It kind of depends.
Yeah, it's a toss up. And then it also could be, I'm thinking maybe some couples are waiting because, see, when my husband and we had our son, we actually moved in together before we got married and all that kind of stuff, right? And then once we got the house, we got married, then we had our son a couple of years later. And
Okay.
I remember when I was in my 20s, he would ask me pretty often, okay, you ready? But I felt like we needed to get some things done before we made that decision, because I think having a child is a huge decision. And it's not about you no more. Not to say it's not about you, but you get what I'm saying.
Right, because you have to sacrifice some of your things for your
Right.
children.
Yeah, most definitely. So I think what it is that women sometimes can also be like, okay, thinking the same thing I was thinking, okay, once I have a child, it's not about me no more. How am I going to manage taking care of this child and having a career at the same time?
So I've been on both sides of that. So I have 4 children biologically, and My first two children I had when I consider very young.
Okay.
I had my oldest son when I was 20 years old.
Okay.
And so I had, is it good?
I thought you were gonna say teens or something.
But 20 is, to me, is
It's
very
still
young,
young. Yeah, I get it.
knowing what I know now. So I had him at 20. I had my second son at 23. Now then my third son, to me, I was older. He was born when I was 28. And so
okay.
my body did still, start to feel differently after having him at 28. But then, y'all, I went and did the fool. My daughter came when I was 35.
No.
So then, but look, that was my like I was almost in the clear, but it was different. I'll tell you, that pregnancy versus the other three was very different from my body. And I don't know if it's because it wasn't my first child and she was my fourth child, but it was a difficult journey.
Okay.
And then, they consider you high risk after 35.
Right.
Because of your age, and the eggs, they consider those older eggs. So, yeah. So I had, some complications. Thank God everything was okay, but it was different. And knowing what I know now, I'm not sure I would have done that again,
Oh, okay. So you said knowing what you know now, can you say specifically?
Yes.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
My body. I wouldn't want to put my body under the stress of a pregnancy at 35. Just me. Now others
35. Okay.
Now other people may be okay with that, But like I said, different factors go into play. I had 4 cesarean sections. I don't advise that for any.
Wow, you did.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
So all 4 were
all 4 were C-sections, and
oh my God.
Yes. And so that's a huge deal. And they suggest that you don't do that. And I wasn't trying,
Right. Yeah, that's true. Okay. I'm glad you shared your story and how you felt comparing it from 20 to 35.
Yes.
Because I have seen, I have a colleague of mine. She just had one. Last time I talked to her, her child was 8 weeks old, and she told me she was 41. And then I had caught up with another person I'm friends with on Facebook, and I think she's 43, running a marathon, looks good. And I think she said she was at that time about 35 weeks pregnant, right?
Wow.
So, yeah, and she was looking good and everything. I had to kind of look a little deeper. I'm like, is she pregnant? Because her stomach was looking a little big, but she runs a lot, so you can barely tell. So I think, sometimes what can possibly scare maybe some women that are still wanting to wait is I wonder, how can I juggle both? Because especially that first year, because my son just made it to one on the 19th, it is, it's patience, and sometimes you're like, am I gonna make it today?
It's patience and logistics, girl. Yes, all of it. So it's a hard thing to juggle. And unfortunately in America, when women want to have babies, they're looked at differently in corporate America. So I can understand why a lot of women would wait, for a while to climb that ladder, because when you're a mom and you have to go to work and your child is sick or you have to take off, they're giving you to look like, again, like, it's like moms aren't allowed to be moms and climb the ladder. It's some judgment in it. Like the corporate world, they judge moms.
Right. So if they are still doing, because I will say I do have a good, I don't know if to say advantage, but I'm doing pretty good to where I can stay at home and keep and raise my son and still work my business or work my contract position and stuff like that. So I do know when the pandemic hit back in 2020, there were a lot of companies doing the work from home. I think they said like 75%. So I'm thinking that that's still what's happening, even though we have kind of passed that situation of the pandemic a little bit, but to where mothers are, and I am also seeing a lot of mothers that are stating, like if I'm on a Facebook group or something like that, they'll say, oh, well, I work from home, but they still
Right.
might have possibly a nanny or a babysitter, or maybe the grandparents might take care of the child or children and stuff like that, which is very helpful to give
Very.
the parents some time to be to themselves or whatever the case may be, right? So
Right. And anyone that has that is fortunate. You're fortunate if you have a village, because it can take a village. You
it
need a
does.
village. That
I'm
old
saying, so
saying,
it sure does to
yes,
know
it
that.
takes a village.
Yeah,
You need a village.
right, because my husband, he yesterday went and worked his 12, 13-hour shift. And the day, I had to work. So he's taking care of our son, and it's great when you have help from
Yes.
your spouse and you're not just doing it alone. That's why I give so much props to women that are single mothers that are raising their child and stuff like that, because like you said, it definitely does take a village, because child, and
It
I'm
takes a
talking about
village.
just one.
Yes. I mean, and me too. Hats off to the single mothers, because it's such hard work that they do. And then, because they're trying to mold and shape young brains while still
Right.
putting food on the table. And that gets extremely hard. And then again, like I said, just think corporate, to be 5 minutes late, or you have to take a call because your child is ill or anything. And these women are being judged for trying to uphold their lives and their children's lives. It's,
Right. And you have to, we have to deal with that as women. But
yes.
also, let's talk about the factor of when body changes.
Girl.
Yeah, now you said you had 4.
Yes.
So yeah,
let
me hear about it.
Girl.
How was that?
Okay. So at 20 years old, I was probably, I don't even think my body was completely formed. I was so small. I was underweight when I got pregnant with my first son. So I had that first baby. He was huge to me, 8 pounds, 10 ounces. Girl, I bounced back. I was good and skinny.
Yeah, 20, you bounced right back, right?
Stomach was flat. Had that second one. I was a little heavy for a minute, but guess what? Bounce back again. I'm like, is this what this does? Look, here I go. I'm good at this.
Okay.
That third son came, baby. The only thing I lost was him. Actually, I didn't even lose all of that weight. You know how at least you lose the weight of the baby?
Right.
I was still bigger than, I was like, I should at least have lost 7 pounds and 11 ounces, right?
Oh, Lord. Right.
I didn't even lose that. I didn't lose.
How much weight? So did you lose any weight?
I did. So I was one of those people who gained an enormous amount of weight. And it's because my package is so tiny, probably.
Okay.
I'm 5'1". So
wow.
I was very right.
No, I could have sworn you told me you were 5'4". Did it?
No, 5'1". So I'm tiny. My package is tiny. So with my oldest son, I gained 63 pounds. Yes.
OMG.
Yes. So I went from 99 pounds to 160, whatever that was, right? I was huge. Same thing with my second son. I gained like 50 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was, and then with that third son, girl, I gained so much weight that I was 100 and for me, I was 176 pounds.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know how much weight I gained, but it was a lot.
You said 5'1".
5'1".
Wow.
So yes. And so,
right.
And I'm usually all belly because I don't have any place, I don't have a larger frame where these big babies can. And then I had kind of sort of big babies, 18, 4, 7, 11. And so By the time
Hold on, what you say? Go back, what was that last one you said?
he was 7'11", 7 pounds, 11 ounces.
Oh, girl, I thought you were talking about his. I was like, what? Hold on.
So
Okay, well, yeah, because my son was 7 pounds, 3 ounces.
okay.
Yeah.
And so the body was completely different by then. Completely.
Oh, right. Okay.
It took a lot of time to like lose the weight. I had to really put effort into it. I had to walk. I had to modify my diet. I had to like really, really do some things. So same thing with my daughter. I mean, I haven't lost that weight. I'm still.
And how old is she now?
Girl, she'll be 12 in March.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought for some reason she might be like 5 or 6 or something. That's what was going through my head. Like I'm thinking, okay, she might be about 5 or 6. Okay. Right.
But the body is just your bones are different. The aches are different. You move a little slower, so I think what will help, like your friend who does the marathons, if you're an avid like runner, walker, someone that works out, I think your body fares a lot better than those of us who don't regularly work out,
Okay, I'm just now starting to get me like a workout routine, but I don't really even think it's so much the working out part. I think it's what I'm eating, because what'll happen is I'll lose that weight. I feel good. I feel comfortable. Girl, you can't tell me nothing. And then once I get feeling comfortable, I go right back to my old habits. So I'm trying to learn how to have better habits when it comes to eating and food.
It's all of the above, because I just started like a new regimen myself to where I'm getting out, I'm walking every single day, at least 45 minutes to an hour, and it feels great. And I understand those people who do it because it changes the way you feel immediately.
It does. It really
immediately.
does.
Yeah. And so
it really boosts their self-confidence and everything.
And a diet, I'm modifying my diet. No sugar. I'm trying to get my sugar from fruit.
Oh, girl, I am a sugar. I love, especially at night when it starts getting late, like before I got to go to bed or after I eat dinner, I'm like, okay, what can I eat sweet? I love sweet.
Right.
Yeah. It's like cake, something.
Girl, cake is so bomb. You know what I'm saying? Cake is what's up.
Yeah. But the one thing I do like is you don't have to completely get rid of those things that are not really always good, just as long as it's in moderation and
you
stuff
have to
like
modify.
That.
You have to modify and pick some days. So like I sometimes will wait when I go to Chicago. When I go to Chicago, I'll try to save all of my good eating for a trip.
Right. Oh, for a trip. Okay. Girl, how much you be eating while you on that trip?
Not that much, but the food is so good. I know my husband's going to buy me. Well, I know he's going to buy me something sweet. I know he's going to take me out to eat. I know we're going to, do some stuff like that. So I try to do good up until I know I'm going to go on my trip.
Men don't have to worry about all that, really. They really don't.
Yeah, they can drop off easy.
My husband can eat whatever. You know what? It's probably bad for me to say, my husband kind of can sometimes be a bad influence because he want to get, sweets. He want to do this. He want to do that. I'm like, and when it's in your home, it's like,
it's hard.
It's so like temptation is just, woo. It's bad.
That's why I don't bring it in the house anymore. And I told my husband, I'm like, we can't do it. Like, we can't bring the Bluebell in the house. Like, we're going to have to go outside for ice cream dates, maybe.
Right. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that.
But the ice cream in the house, it's a no. The chocolate in the house, it's a no. Like, I love chocolate. So
see, chocolate, Bluebell, I don't really need that. But like, sometimes like those powdered donuts, pasta and stuff like that. That's what can get me. That's what I love, drinking wine. So I actually haven't even been drinking that lately.
Well, see, you started already.
I am. I'm starting. I got me another scale, been on the way. And I said, I've been working out a few times a week. So I'm like, okay, So yeah, it's just the fact of I think it is great to understand that you can still have kids or a child and still, work your career or your business. It will take a little bit more, what would you say, more time, more effort, because you are dealing with a child now.
It will take more time, more effort, more hands. Like if you can get some
Oh
hands
yeah.
in that thing to help you,
To help.
that's what it's going to take. It's going to take all of the above, and it's going to take some patience and some grace for yourself.
Right.
Like,
Right.
we'll have to learn that it's okay to not be able to do everything. And sometimes we're too hard on ourselves when we're trying to get things done, and we
Are
want
we
to
not?
look.
We are.
Yes, yes, we want it to look a certain way, and it's
We want to do
okay if
everything.
right. And so we have to
Mhm.
have some patience with ourselves.
Right, right. That's good what you said, because I know sometimes that can be a little difficult for me. And the thing is, we can be, like you said, be very hard on ourselves, be
Yes.
our worst critic. So I really appreciate you sharing that information and coming on, because I wanted to talk about this topic so women can understand that are, in their in their 30s or mid 30s, late 30s, going into their 40s, that you still can have what you want
They can.
and have a child as well, or
And
children.
it's okay.
It's
It's okay.
okay. It's
And
okay.
to, live in that space. And, I pray that, if for women that are in the workforce, that they have employers who, are becoming a little more empathetic to caregivers, and women who are, wanting to be moms, or women who are moms. But it's okay. It's okay for them to go after what they want. I think it's admirable to live your life and do everything you want to do before you have children. I think it's the best.
Right.
And I did it a little differently. So maybe it's admirable to me because I had my first child at 20.
Right.
But for people who are living it up, I love it. I love to see it. I think it's
Right.
the
That,
thing.
and I mean, having your kids in your early 20s, it has its benefits, because I have
It
heard
does.
some people that say, when I'm 40 or when I'm this age, they're gonna be gone. They're gonna be out of here. Right.
They ain't never gone.
So just imagine, I'm thinking
Yes.
about the age that I had my first, and my husband, he does have an older son. So,
Okay.
but just thinking about, okay, how are we gonna be when he get up this
Right.
age,
Like
right?
when you at the 8th grade graduation.
Girl, I'm like, I hope he can still move and walk. I know I'm gonna be getting up and going. I gotta go to his graduation. I don't know what you gonna do, but so I really appreciate you coming and speaking about this topic with me, Risi, because I really wanted to get your opinion and your thoughts on this topic. And we always chat, we have accountability sessions, and I just
Yes.
thought it would be great for you to come on the show
Thank you.
and talk about this. So thank you so much for coming on. And I just wanted to say real quickly, to connect with Risi Davis, aka Nurse Good Love, you can visit Risi's, is it Bling? Your page?
Oh, my Blink, or
Your
I
page.
do, yes. So
Okay,
I
okay.
do
I'm
have,
gonna make
well,
sure
my
to
page
leave,
is right.
your page. I'm gonna make sure to leave it in the description for
Okay.
people, for the viewers to check out. And this will provide all you need to know about Risi, and also learn about what she does for as her relationship intimacy consult. So you can definitely reach out to Risi about that. And once again, Risi, I definitely want to thank you so much for coming on the show and talking with the audience, talking to me about this topic. And to get tips on romance travel, a deep dive into relationships, intimacy, and more, you can definitely check out travelwithtrg.com. And to book your next romantic getaway, make sure to schedule your complimentary romantic getaway session at chatwithlatoya.com right now. So you have just listened to the Sugar and Spice podcast with your host, Latoya Haynes Piper. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast. Until the next episode.